And now your first Warn 5 forecast, certified most accurate by Weather Rate.
All right, good Tuesday evening, everyone. Yet another hot and humid day in the steam bath out there for us, especially now that we've gotten some sunshine to return this afternoon. But don't get too excited about seeing that sun, because as nice as it will be to have it over the next few hours, it really is just helping to kind of prime the atmosphere for another round of storms that'll be coming in late this evening and on into the overnight period. So let's get you started here tonight with a look over downtown Flint. We've got a mix of sun and clouds, but definitely more sunshine than clouds right now. Boy, is it a hot afternoon. 86 degrees the current temperature, and take a look at the dew point. Tropical humidity remaining in place with a dew point of 71. That's leading to a heat index, a real feel of 91 degrees out there in the vehicle city right now. We've got a west-southwest wind coming in also at about 9 miles per hour. So there's a little bit of a breeze to try to help offset it, but it's not going to be nearly as effective now as it would have been earlier when the skies were cloudier. And on the first Warn 5 pinpoint Doppler radar, we see here live from MBS, things remain quiet locally after that cloudy and somewhat showery start to the day. We'll hang on to that quiet for a few more hours here, but this is the feature I'm going to be keeping very close eye on this evening. This growing complex of severe thunderstorms emerging from Iowa and moving into southwest Wisconsin tonight. Like I said before, there's a small wait and see component to exactly what this is going to mean for us later on tonight. I do expect fully that those storms will reach us here in mid-Michigan, likely sometime around the midnight hour. But the question remains whether or not they will be severe around that time. The chance is still very much on the table, so I don't want anyone to just take that out of their minds. But again, why we're going to be paying extra close attention to how those storms behave, especially as they begin to cross Lake Michigan later on this evening. And on the Sky Tracker, we had this morning's area of low pressure that brought the overnight showers and storms to us. That's now leaving the area, allowing just a very small pocket of high pressure to settle in briefly this evening. That's why our skies are clearing out. But here we go into the overnight period. We got a warm front and another area of low pressure near Minneapolis and into northern Wisconsin that also will then be sweeping across the state. So a pretty similar play out overall in terms of getting another round of storms in during the overnight period, those then clearing out for the first part of tomorrow before we then likely do this one more time even as we head on into tomorrow night. But let's talk about tonight's storms first. Hour-by-hour forecast showing here at the 6 o'clock hour. We'll continue to see generally sunny skies, and those will hang on all the way through sunset shortly before 9 p.m. But you see the growing line of storms continuing to expand here in parts of southern Wisconsin, even some northerly development in toward the Green Bay area, heading toward about 8 p.m. Really prominent line now, just beginning to edge its way closer to Lake Michigan. It crosses the lake at about 11 p.m., and you see it starts to struggle a little bit. Still some very strong pockets of severe storms in there, but not quite as well defined of a line. Here's how we expect it to play out here locally. There again is the 11 o'clock hour. Some intense storms regardless, whether it's a nice clean line or a large complex of storms really isn't relevant. What is relevant is that we will see some intense downpours, gusty winds coming into the west side of the state, approaching the US 127 corridor by about 11 o'clock, settling in closer to the Tri-Cities, but especially along, say, Mount Pleasant, Eau Claire, and Houghton Lake. By the time we hit midnight, 1 hour later, 1 a.m., they're roughly through the Tri-Cities, most of the I-75 corridor, that is, into the Flint area, advancing into the Thumb by about 2 a.m., and then starting to clear out of the picture by the time we hit about 5 a.m. That'll leave us with still the chance for an isolated storm or two tomorrow afternoon, but we'll generally see increasing sunshine coming up on our Wednesday before we then see another round of storms coming in for tomorrow night. Just a reminder, too, like I said before, we do still have the potential for severe weather on the table tonight, and the overwhelming concern, again, will be for some damaging winds as these storms come on through. So just make sure you take some measures this evening to protect anything that's around your property, and also brace for some heavy downpours from these storms, because especially where they come through the heaviest, we could easily pick up an inch or more of rain during the overnight period. Chance for storms overnight, some of them possibly severe, with a low temp only around 73 degrees, staying downright steamy. 87 for tomorrow, sun and clouds, and the chance for more storms in the afternoon. A few leftovers Thursday morning, 89. But David and Meg, the weekend and beyond looking great. Sunny skies and more pleasant highs in the upper 70s and low 80s.